Welcome to Overwatch. This time, we'll be looking at Widowmaker.
One shot, one kill.
In this video, we'll examine her equipment, her skills, and also take a broad look at how she'll operate in a 6 vs 6 team-based shooter environment. We'll also look into what makes the difference between a bad Widowmaker, an average Widowmaker, and a great Widowmaker. Afterwards, we'll take a quick poke into the story of our tragic little sniper. Before we dive into a look at her abilities and kit, I want to first discuss the nature of snipers in a game like this. As someone with over 250 hours of sniping in Team Fortress 2 and an absurd amount of sniping across many other first-person shooter games, I like to think I've seen a broad spectrum of how useful snipers really are. As someone who's likely to main Widowmaker, I'll preface this video with the same advice I give anyone looking to play sniper in Team Fortress 2. Learn another role alongside this one. Snipers are situational, and in a 6 vs 6 scenario, it'll be very rare you'll want two. If someone else is playing her, you'll want other options. Also, always keep in mind how much you might actually be helping. Getting a headshot every minute might feel wonderful, but if there's a Bastion racking up kills by the dozen, you might be contributing a little less. Snipers by their nature are somewhat binary. Missing the shot, or rather missing several, will mean you won't be very useful, while a simpler character like Winston, Bastion or Torbjorn can still be contributing even when playing at a relatively lower skill level. In short, a bad Torbjorn can still get kills with his turret. A bad Widowmaker at best will just stand around looking pretty, or at worst feed the enemy team ultimates. Unfortunately, that now infamous big arse will just make it all the harder to carry. Now with that fluff out of the way, let's get into the details. First, her weapon, the Widow's Kiss. This versatile weapon is a combination of an assault rifle and a sniper rifle. When fired from the hip, the weapon behaves as a submachine gun. While it may seem tempting to use this as an excuse to run and gun, accounts from BlizzCon firmly put the assault rifle option as a last resort. This makes it similar to the machine pistol in Team Fortress 2 or a pistol like the 93R in Battlefield 4. Good for cleaning up or as a last resort, but stay off the front line. Upon right-clicking, the weapon changes to its rifle mode. Here, it closely seems to resemble Team Fortress 2's model of sniping. Pinpoint accuracy immediately, a charge mechanic, and headshots. There doesn't seem to be any loss of accuracy even while moving, although movement speed is greatly reduced while zoomed in. There's also no bullet drop to contend with. From the accounts that I've read, full charge body shots can take down a 200 hit point hero. This will take down most of the support or indirect combat classes. Whether she can deal 250, meaning she'll kill anyone but the tanks, is unconfirmed. These kind of exact values are always difficult to comment on, as it's something that could change. But I'm hoping that she can one-shot Winston with a full charge headshot, because just look at that huge dome. Widowmaker's mobility comes from her grappling hook, which allows her to scale terrain quickly. This can be used to get to high ground that might be difficult for other heroes to reach, or escape quickly from a firefight. In the preview footage from BlizzCon, this has a 12-second cooldown, meaning you can't expect to Spider-Man your way through a map. This little spider is a little more restricted in her movement. An ability that will no doubt cause infinite frustration is Widowmaker's VENOM mines. These can be attached to almost any surface and used to protect choke points. I wasn't able to find much concrete information on these, but I do hope that they slowly kill just about any non-tank if they can't reach aid. If they aren't fatal, they won't be that helpful in such a fast-paced game, unless they cause disorientation or similar effects. Finally, we have her ultimate, Infrasight. Thanks to digging on the Overwatch subreddit, it seems likely that Widowmaker's ultimate charges 1% for every 10 damage she deals, meaning it takes roughly 4 or 5 kills to activate. Upon activating her ultimate, her and her teammates can see enemies through walls for a moderate period of time. While not game-changing, a free wall hack for a little while will certainly help just about everyone. Ultimately, her kit allows her to create a dangerous choke point using her Venom mine before getting to safer terrain and going on Overwatch from higher ground. Widowmaker will be a good choice for you if you can think positionally, putting careful consideration into what you can see and who can see you. If you're able to look at a crowd and pick out the important targets quickly, and then, well, land the damn shot. There's no getting around this, unfortunately. The better your aim, the better you'll be. And last but not least, if you enjoy being a sexy French girl. Who wouldn't? Now let's leap into story. I'll ask for forgiveness now before we get started for butchering any French names. I'm not French, as you can possibly tell. Widowmaker, originally Amélie Lacroix, was the wife of Gerard Lacroix, an Overwatch agent who was spearheading the campaign against the terrorist organization called Talon. After several failed counterattacks against Gerard directly, Talon opted instead to go after Amelie. Subjected to neural reconditioning, Amelie was eventually recovered by Overwatch agents and returned to her happy home. She killed Gerard in his sleep 2 weeks later. Her time as a sleeper agent over, Amelie, now Widowmaker, returned to Talon, where she was trained extensively to become an assassin. Her physiology was also altered, slowing her heart, reducing her body temperature, and her emotions were suppressed. She endures as Talon's most famous and greatest assassin. As far as stories go, it's a bleak one, and an interesting one which can go 2 ways. The less interesting way, in my opinion, is that Amelie is still in there, waiting to be rescued. The more interesting direction would be her embracing it. Who wants to be Gerard Lacroix's wife when you could be the greatest assassin in the world? A great way to explore this would be using Tracer. In my previous video, I commented that Tracer is an optimistic character, who would likely want to save Amelie. This could be used to set up a fantastic dynamic between the two, with Tracer trying to play saviour, and Widowmaker's refusal to be saved. She's a badass now, why would you want to go back, right? Otherwise, we don't have much to go on. Her role will likely be villainous and adversarial to most characters. Heroes need villains after all. Reaper is Talon's only other operative in the cast, and he remains mysterious by necessity. We'll look into Reaper more next time. Thanks for watching to the end. I am but one channel amongst many, and I hope you learned a little about Widowmaker. If you liked the video, do me a favour and hit like. If you want more delivered straight to you, hit subscribe. I know it sucks to get begged at, but it does help. Toodles.